Xavi Hernandez and Ernesto Valverde had an interesting tactical battle last night, as the only difference was a goal from a teenager. And in this video, we'll be looking at all of the tactics. But before we do get into that, please do subscribe to the channel, as that will be helping us a lot to get the channel to grow even bigger. We upload at least 3 times a week, and we do tactical analysis on each Barcelona game. I will also be linking a Facebook page down below where you guys can actually contact me and we could have discussions more easily on there. So the link will be down below. So let's not waste any further time and let's get right into the tactical analysis with the build-up. As by now, like we all know, and Xavi should actually be changing this, Bilbao also set on Barcelona's pivot to limit all the amount of passes that would go into midfield. And we actually saw that Iñaki Williams was also coming from an angle from the right hand side to put pressure on Inigo Martinez, and this would actually cut out the passing lane that would possibly be to Alejandro Balde. Initially on paper, Fermin Lopez was actually like a false 9, but we saw that him and Gavi was actually both like a false 9, and they were actually operating just in between the lines. And this was actually great for when the ball went to the one side. You could actually see that triangles was formed on either side of the pitch to make the ball move around easier. We also saw that when the ball was moving around and Bilbao actually had the wings covered in this situation now where they would not be overloaded, we actually saw that one of Gundogan and Oriol Romeo on their respective sides will actually go in. Let's say it's 4 versus 3 against Barca, then Oriol Romeo would either go in to make it an overload or even things out on the wings. As we often see from Frenkie de Jong, we also saw from Gundogan, like as the ball was moving around and teams like to sit on the pivot, Gundogan actually tried to go in between Inigo and Alejandro Balde to actually get on the ball, because Bilbao was adamant on sitting on them. So he would win out wide in order to get on the ball, and actually this put Bilbao in the situation if they pressed Gundogan, then Oriol would be free. If the midfielder pressed Gundogan, then they could easily work the ball into either Fermin or into Gavi, and they would actually look to build up or actually influence the game from there because they found the balls constantly in these holes. Just before we continue, I will soon be doing a video on why I think Barcelona should abandon the double pivot. Let's get right to the video. Because of Iñaki Williams' work rate, we actually saw a problem for when Gundogan was actually dropping into that space, in between Inigo and Alejandro Balde, because he was really good at pressing, always trying to keep an eye on Gundogan to press him actually the moment that he should receive the ball, and they would cut out all the passing options. But we also saw Cancelo therefore stay a little bit back to become temporarily a back 3 as Barcelona was moving up the pitch. So Xavi acknowledged this. Xavi was really adamant to get Gundogan on the wide spaces and reverted to a 2-3-5 situation, which means if Iñaki would press Gundogan now, Joao Felix would actually get the ball. And this was actually very good for Barcelona's overload to isolate tactic, which means that Balde could be found in acres of space now. I also picked up something very interesting which led me to the conclusion that we shouldn't be using a double pivot anymore, and that is how organized our right hand side is compared to our left side. Our left side are not like organized whatsoever. We often see triangles from Lamine, Varane and Cancelo in this case, but also all the other players are always forming these triangles and diamonds, whereas on the left side we only always have Joao Felix and Balde. Because look at our right wing, we have a nice decent triangle, but compared to the left wing, look at where's Joao Felix and where's Alejandro Balde. I know this is the overload to isolate, but it's completely disorganized. Again, you see the triangles on the right side, but you do not get the same triangles on the left side. I will do a video where I will show you guys we don't need a double pivot. And look at, even if the ball is on their side, look at where's Alonso in this case and Joao Felix, where Gundogan should really be in that position to create the triangle, which is the Barcelona way. Because once you build up from through the one side and you have your triangles, what do you need a double pivot for? Because Gundogan should be in the half space, then Felix wide and Balde should be in his position, and then the movements can be created. But stay tuned guys, a very interesting video is coming up where I will be telling you in depth why Barcelona actually do not need a double pivot, and it's going to be a really interesting video, and I do want to hear your tactical review questions. Please put it down in the comment section below. But as always guys, please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching. You guys have been immensely supporting this channel. We upload 3 times a week and we do tactical content on Barcelona games only. So if you are a culé and you want to understand better about Barcelona's content or tactics, we have over 200 videos on this channel only talking about Barcelona content. And like I said, 3 times a week, tactical analysis on each Barcelona game. Thank you very much for watching guys. We are heading into a very interesting week. We have Champions League and we have Real Madrid at the weekend. So stay tuned for all of that. Do not miss subscribe. Thank you.